Families come in all shapes and sizes, and the dynamic profile of our workforce also means that childcare is addressed in a myriad of ways. This modern reality requires that legal responsibility for children often falls on others, not just parents. In the tragic criminal case of People v. Carroll, we examine this broader scope of duty with respect to a stepmother defendant. In August of 1996, 3-year-old Shanaya Jones began an extended stay with her father and stepmother, Lisa Carroll. Over the course of 3 days, the father violently and repeatedly punched Shanaya, threw her against a wall, and pushed her to the floor because she refused to eat. Although Carroll witnessed most of this and knew Shanaya hadn't been eating, she didn't intervene until the 3rd day, when she called an ambulance that took Shanaya to the ER. Upon arrival at the hospital, Shanaya had stopped breathing. After failed attempts to resuscitate her, Shanaya was pronounced dead. Her ribs were broken, her lung punctured, and her body was covered in bruises, abrasions, and lacerations. The medical examiner determined these injuries, which would have caused any child to wail and cry out in pain, to be days old, and that Shanaya was starved and dehydrated. An autopsy found Shanaya's cause of death to be the physical abuse that transpired during the visit. A grand jury indicted Carroll for child endangerment, and Carroll moved to dismiss the charge in trial court, contending that she wasn't legally charged with Shanaya's care and thus couldn't be indicted for child endangerment. The trial court found insufficient evidence that Carroll was legally charged with Shanaya's care and dismissed the charge. The appellate division reversed and reinstated the charge, finding that Carroll was both legally responsible and legally charged with Shanaya's care. Carroll appealed.